Okay, we're going to get started with, I'm hoping to do mostly videos throughout our week of, the Ideal Physique. I'm going to be talking out of these books. I may read a little bit, but I'm going to try to explain most of it without having to read all of it. There's so much information, I don't want to leave it out, so some of it I may have to just read. But I'll try to explain as much as I can. But there's so much that Young Living can help you do. I mean, there's people that will say, "Oh, it just doesn't work like I thought it would." It's not a quick fix. Young Living is not a one-time use and then you're done. It's not a having like using it like you would a Tylenol or an over-the-counter something that you find. This is not about curing you. It's not about making you better. It's not about anything like it's about wellness. It's about using something that God created to help us live above that wellness line, to keep our bodies in optimal balance all the time, and by using it every single day, every morning, every night, whenever something in your body doesn't feel quite right, if there's a system of your body but feeling a little bit low, like if your immune system feels a little bit not quite right, this will help to keep that balanced. And especially like if you've got a low immune system, this will help to boost it and to give it that the balance that it needs. I mean, it's all about balance. And I know people probably get tired of me hearing me say that all the time because it's just balance. It is just strictly taking your body and balancing out everything that's there and everything that gets so out of whack, and it just balances it out. And so even when it comes to weight loss or anything that we're doing, it's all about balance. And if you are eating too much, if you're eating too little, or if you're exercising too much even, or exercising too little, all of that can be excessive. You don't need excessive, you need balance. So even when it comes to to the health of your body, it's all about balance. God created us to be balanced. So, and God is a organized God. He loves everything to be balanced. So why would he make our bodies any different? So it's all about making sure that our hormones are right where they need to be, that our immune system is right where it needs to be, that all the systems of our body work properly and healthfully. So that's what we're talking about this week, is how do we keep our bodies feeling healthy, staying healthy. It may not necessarily mean losing a bunch of weight. It may not mean gaining weight if you're too skinny. It's about being right where God wants you to be and where you're supposed to be and what he created your body to do. It may be on a little bit of heavier side sometimes. It may be that it's not necessarily, I mean, some people are just, their bodies are healthy at a larger size. That's okay. God made you that way. But you do want to put into your body the best things possible. We want to limit the chemicals as much as possible. The chemicals are slowly killing us because our bodies are overloaded every day. We have over 300 different chemicals just putting on in the mornings, like as you're getting ready and before you even leave the house good. You've already had 80 different chemicals put on your body before you even leave home. Just chemicals just floating out in the air. I mean, just the paint on your walls and the carpet on your floor has chemicals in it. All that's going out in the air and it's going into your body. So when we think about things like that, it's better to take at least a few steps. If you're using that one oil every single day, those oils, combining them together and working into your body, when you're using those every day, that's one less chemical that you're using on your body or in your body every single day. So you're taking those steps to begin to have a better, healthier life. So that's what this is all about. So as we get started and we talk about the weight, the ideal physique, we're going to talk about the 3 B's throughout the next few days. The first B is burn, and then balance, and then build. Burn, you burn more calories and enhance metabolism. So you want to boost the metabolism. You want to balance your blood sugar, your emotions, your appetite, and your cravings. Emotions have a ton to do with everything. I am an emotional eater. If I get tired, I I tend to get very hungry when I'm tired, and because I guess I think I need to stay awake, so I start wanting to eat, and it's better just go to bed. Just don't eat anything. But then when I get depressed, I don't want to eat, and it's hard for me to eat at all. So I have these huge back and forth things, but neither one is a good thing. You need food, but you need good food, and you need a balance of those foods that you eat. And then build the cellular health and energy that you're going to build those. All of those work hand in hand, and whenever we're doing anything, we want to make sure that those things are balanced. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is the burn. And through burn, that is when we are burning more calories than we're putting in our bodies, basically. This is not about counting calories. We're not going to be counting a bunch of calories and figuring out points or figuring out those kind of things. This is about making a conscious effort of when you are hungry. Now, what I do, this is what I do. When I get hungry and I know that it hadn't been long since I ate, I fix my water. I put a couple of drops of lemon in it. I put a couple of drops of peppermint. I love peppermint because it's an appetite suppressant kind of effect, because it makes you feel like you got a peppermint in your mouth, so you kind of feel like you've eaten something, and it makes you feel refreshed. It kind of wakes you up, makes you feel alert, so you feel like you've had a little caffeine and you hadn't. It actually kind of, to me, kind of tastes like I've had a Coke or something, because it's got that feeling to it, and because it's just that strong flavor. And that's my favorite things to put together, and I do that every morning, and it makes me feel good. And then of course the lemon, who don't like lemon? That's just a wonderful thing. But that's what I do every morning. But there's also this sleep tea, which is awesome, and it's good for metabolism and energizing. And it is from they've done clinical studies, and they created it in a lab um, in Ecuador in their clinic. It is it's still all natural stuff. It's got frankincense. Let's see. I don't have my glasses on, so because it was glaring on the screen. So if I start like squinting, trying to see what I'm reading, then you'll know what I'm doing. But it has jade oolong tea, osate extract, frankincense resin, vanilla, cocoa, and a little bit of stevia. All of those combined. Now, like vanilla is great for your appetite as well. Frankincense, of course, frankincense is good for everything. Just very good system support for all your entire body. And then, of course, Osatea is very good for supporting all of the different systems of your body as well, to help keep you from being quite so hungry either. And then, of course, the cocoa and the stevia just give it a little boost because it tastes good. It gives it something to have a little more flavor. But through their studies that they have done, the average weight loss was 5 pounds a week throughout their study, and in some cases it was even 8 to 10 pounds on the first week, which is amazing when all you're doing is drinking tea. They didn't change their diet. They weren't doing anything excessive or anything like that. They were just drinking the tea. Now, this part I'm going to have to read because this is really interesting to me, and there's no way I could explain this without reading it. So, one of the reasons this tea is so successful in producing weight loss is its ability to promote detoxification. The chief component of the product is the special jade oolong tea that is sourced from Taiwan. This area is famous for producing the best oolong tea leaves in the world. Oolong tea can be very effective at pulling excess liquid and toxins out of the tissue, which help you eliminate them. That says it all, because If your body is so overloaded with toxins, it cannot function the way it's supposed to, which means that your levels of energy are going down constantly because you're overloaded with the nasty toxins. The chemicals that we're putting in our bodies every day are loading that down as well, therefore pulling our energy levels down. So the less toxins we're putting into our body, then of course energy levels can go up and it can actually improve. So there again, the balance and not overloading our system. It was selected to be the anchor of this delicious premium tea for its beneficial weight management effects and sustained natural energy boosting properties. There are many different varieties of oolong tea, but very few have high levels of polyphenols. Numerous studies suggest that the high polyphenol flavonoids are effective for fat burning, especially when consumed daily. Researchers discovered that oolong increases diet-induced thermogenesis, which means excess calories are not required for when immediate energy requirements are converted to heat rather than stored fat. This mechanism of action accelerates the first to be burned, but it also influences the balance and the build aspects of our weight loss, or the weight management part of it. Your metabolic rate is the amount of energy your body requires to sustain life at rest. While at rest, your body automatically produces that according to your energy requirements and basal metabolic rate. This is known as obligatory thermogenesis. So this, I'm sorry, I've talked so much today and my throat's hurt. I've got my throat sore. But that is one of those things that when we have that, all of these energy boosting effects and this metabolism boost, then our bodies are able to do what it's supposed to do, and we have the more energy, so therefore we're able to do and function the way we need to. This is when your body goes into a type of overdrive, consuming more calories and metabolizing stored fat to produce heat. The most obvious impact of enhanced thermogenesis is an increase in energy expenditure and fat metabolism. This also helps to balance your blood sugar and appetite through sustained energy production. In other words, it may help prevent those cravings between meals and snacks that cause you to consume more calories than you need. So, and I can attest to that because every time I've had this, it helps me to not be hungry, and it really helps you to have a little bit of energy, but you don't have the weird, jittery, shaky feeling like a lot of energy drinks give you. It doesn't have that kind of effect, but it gives you just that feeling of I'm not just exhausted. I'm not just standing here going, ugh. But then you're not going to feel crazy because you know how if I take something too strong or do something too crazy, I get real lightheaded and dizzy and you feel just crazy and nuts, and that's not how you're supposed to feel. And it shouldn't be something that makes you feel that really big high and then that just drop down low. You want to have that balance that you've just kept a steady energy level all day long, and that's what you need. That's so much better for your body. Your body's not, because if your body thinks that it's going in this hyper mode and then it drops back down, it's going to hold on to more fat, and it's because it's getting stressed out. And that brings us to our next topic, is stress. There's a strong correlation between stress, cortisol production, obesity, and abdominal fat. Even the process of counting calories can cause stress. So that's like I was saying earlier, we're just not going to worry about counting the calories because we don't want to overload the extra stress that's there. We want to make this an easy process by having the energy we need at the same time balancing what we eat. Studies show that restricting any one food group or micronutrient can lead to significant cravings, binge eating, and stress, all of which ultimately lead to weight gain. We also live fast-paced lives with different schedules to manage longer work hours with more pressure to perform, and we labor excessively to keep up with the Joneses. all of which creates more stress. This excess stress can lead to an increased production of DNA and cell-damaging free radicals, which make extra antioxidants vital in your weight loss efforts. Sleek Tea's special formula contains natural antioxidants that will protect and build cellular health by neutralizing free radicals and encouraging normal inflammatory response. Cocoa and frankincense contribute to the anti-inflammatory and antioxidant activity of the tea, which helps the body processes at the fundamental cellular level. The other ingredients contribute to and enhance the activities of the tea and further assist the psychological mechanisms associated with successful weight loss. For instance, vanilla, acetate, cocoa, and frankincense all help to reduce appetite and curb cravings, both aromatically and internally. So that's one thing that is so great about the oils, because all of the products, like all the supplements, every single thing. I mean, even the Nixia Red, it's the super drink. All of the everything that Young Living has is infused with oil. There's some sort of essential oil in everything. So with having that combined with the supplement, or like in the Nixia Red or in with the tea, because it is combined in there, it helps it all to work with your body better. It gets down deeper. It works and does what it was created to do in a much better way, instead of just going into your body and hovering over the top of all of the other things that you've already put into your body and gunking everything else up. It gets down into the cells and it's able to do the job that it was created to do. And that's what makes it so great. The oils work with your body. They don't work against it. You're not going to have to use more of something else or like take something else because you're using essential oils. And all oils are not created equal. Young Living has everything is completely pure. There's not anything added, all these extra synthetic and chemicals and all that stuff. There's nothing added to it. It's pure oil. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm adding another chemical in. If you go to the health food store, you go to Walmart, you go to Target, and you buy an oil off the shelf, you're grabbing up a whole pile of chemicals and you're slathering that on your body. So you're not doing yourself any good whatsoever. That's not going to help you any. If by using Young Living, you're able to actually just put in just that oil, and it's actually doing what it was created to do. And that's to balance your body and do its job. So through the burn that we learned about today, we're able to help our bodies to burn the excess fat and to be able to have the energy levels that it needs to function at its optimal best, and to not cover over things of other medications and what all these other chemicals are doing to our bodies. It's able to get in, clean it out, detoxify it, get rid of all the gunk. And that's what we need. We need to be able to get rid of the gunk and put good stuff into our bodies and be able to live a much happier, healthier life through what God has given us. So I will talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully it will be a video. It may be, I may just have to type it out depending on my day and depending on my cell signal and being able to download and everything. So hopefully it will be a video. But either way, I will talk to you tomorrow.